Recording. Okay. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. This is a new what if. And I'm doing this is what if Deku was the Hulk. Before we start this off, uh, any of these pictures I don't own, and I'm planning on doing another what if. So please give me suggestions? Anyway, let's begin. First of all, the Deku's dad is a scientist and an abusive father, and his mom doesn't work like usual. Oh, let's start when Deku was born. When Deku was born, and when Deku was born, he was born, and his family loved him, but his father only loved him because he thought he was gonna get a strong quirk, so his dad could retire, and he could get him the money. Let's skip when Deku is 4. When he's 4, he went to the quirk doctor with his mother to see if he has a quirk, since he didn't show signs of a quirk. When they went to the doctor said, sorry ma'am, your son is quirkless. When Izuku heard that, he was more broken than in canon. Then they went back home, and the dad asked, what is quirk? And then Inko looked down and said, he's quirkless. When the father heard that, he got mad and started beating on Izuku and Inko. One time, let's skip 5 years. When now is Deku is 10. When Deku, he was bullied like usual, but more in this series. When Deku was 10, he went with his dad to the science lab, to his lab. And there, he found a machine that Asashi thought was a failed project because it was a radioactive machine. If you shoot at something, it would explode. Izuku was exploring, and then he accidentally clicked on the button to activate the machine. When he clicked it, the machine shot a green beam at him, and he was knocked out. When Hisashi saw this, it's not like he hates Izuku, but he was just disappointed. And when he saw this, Hisashi went instantly to a hospital to treat Izuku. When he went to the hospital, when they went to the hospital, the doctor said that Izuku was fine, just in shock. When Inko heard this, she was relieved. When they went back home, Izuku woke up and they went back home. When they went back home, Hisashi started beating on Izuku for clicking a button, for touching something that's not his. And then, when that happened, and they live in the same neighborhood as they live in canon. When that happened, Izuku got mad and he started growing, and his skin started turning green. When that happened, Hisashi was scared, and then he screams monster, and Izuku got even more angrier, and his skin started turning a darker green, and he started growing with muscles. And then he lunged at Hisashi, punched him in the gut through several buildings. But people saw this, and they called pro heroes. Before Izuku could kill Hisashi, Endeavor jumped in and threw fire at him. When Izuku felt this, he said, Hulk smash, and then lunged at lunged at Endeavor and started beating on him. Then several heroes tried to attack him, but the same thing happened until they decided to call All Might, and when All Might arrived, they started having a fearsome battle. It's basically the same battle as they did, as All Might did against the Nomu, but when he United States smashed him, and he dropped on the floor. They realized it's a he transformed, and they realized it's a kid. And when that happened, the police tried to take him in custody, but then arrived. Nezu arrived and told them not to, and just take him to a hospital. When they did that, when they took him to the hospital, uh, after a time skip one day, Izuku woke up, and the police found out that he's actually a child abuse. Anyways, he went to prison, and uh, when Izuku woke up, he saw his mom sleeping next to him, and then he clicked on the button to call a nurse. When the nurse came in, she was shocked to see Izuku, because when the beam hit him, the radioactive beam hit him, his body transformed into this. His body became like this. A little more leaner, not this buff, but he will be this buff. Anyways, with a shorter neck. Anyways, she was shocked, and Izuku's clothes started tearing, and the nurse started rushing to the doctor to see what's happening. When the doctor came in, he was with Nezu and All Might. When they came in, they were shocked at what happened to Izuku. And then the doctor started woke up Inko, and she was also shocked. And then Izuku asked, "What happened to me?" And the doctor said, "Your quirk activated, but it's not a quirk. We don't know what happened." When they said this, Izuku was shocked, scared, and confused. Shocked because his body transformed. Confused is because they said it was a quirk, but not really. And scared because he could see what he was doing when transformed, and he could see what he transformed into. Anyways, they a week passes, and they registered his quirk as anger, because the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, and the bigger. A week passes, and Izuku returns back to school. When he does, Bakugo tries to bully him, but Izuku just says, "Leave me alone or you regret it." But Bakugo didn't listen and tried to insult him by saying, "You're a quirkless loser." Deku got mad and started turning his skin started turning a light green, and he was growing a bit. And Bakugo was confused, but he couldn't say anything because he was punched in the gut and hit a wall. And they were in the backyard, in the street. This was after school. Deku hit Bakugo into a wall, and the Bakugo's goons try to attack Deku, but the guy with the wings was punched into the ground, and the finger guy, all of his fingers were broken. But before anyone can see what happened, Izuku took off running to his house, and but the police found the three kids, and took them to the hospital. When they woke up, they said that Izuku did it, and two police officers came to Izuku's house to take Izuku. Uh, when the police officers came, they talked to Izuku and asked him why he did it, but Izuku just said his quirk got out of control. And they just accepted it, and the Inko had to pay a fine. And this is what I'm gonna end my video off. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, thanks. Bye.